Barriers are meant to be broken. What's going on, people? Welcome back to the Reef. Let's be special, baby. Let's be special. So Shohei Ohtani, hottest name in baseball for the past year and a half. I mean, you can't look anywhere, whether you're watching, a Yankees game, Mets game, Braves, Seattle Mariners game. The MLB is just advertising the heck out of the young man, and why not? You can make the argument that he is the best player ever for a 2-year span in baseball. Does it all. Now, will he be able to keep that up for the next, 10 to 15 years? Remains to be seen. We have a very small sample size with him, but his sample size has been very electric, and he's due for a new contract pretty soon. So there's a bunch of trade talks about him being traded. The Angels they're not getting the job done as a team. Mike Trout, once again, is injured, and Mike Trout honestly will go down as the next Ken Griffey Jr. There's going to be people that will grow up and be 30, 40 years old and say Mike Trout was the best baseball player I ever saw. He just could not stay healthy. And it's the same argument with Ken Griffey Jr. Just unable to stay healthy, which is unfortunate, but very talented ball player nonetheless. But because of this, it's kind of left Ohtani hanging dry. He doesn't really have much help in LA, essentially. And we don't really know if the Angels have the monetary capacity or the monetary willpower to sign Ohtani to the type of deal that he's going to want and honestly deserves. I think Ohtani personally is worth $650 plus. Yeah, I said it. I said it, folks. I think Ohtani is worth signing a contract for $650 million, fully guaranteed, to just about any team that would be willing to sign him. There's only about 5 teams that should sign him. 5, maybe 6 if you want to throw at 6. But realistically, you're looking at New York Yankees. I mean, the Yankees are in the running for any big-name free agent. It doesn't matter. They're New York Yankees. The Atlanta Braves, the second team, they have a very surprising how big their fan base is and how much of it spans across the southeastern United States. And because of that, they have a pretty good attendance record and a lot of money to work with. And they win. They're successful. That's the one thing Ohtani really wants. Ohtani really wants a team that is successful and is going to put him in a position to win. So out of those two, the New York Mets are another option here. The Mets are desperate. The Mets are not a good team, so maybe it won't be a good fit for Ohtani, but they have a lot of money, and they are desperate to fill seats and just do something that the fan base can respect. Then we got the crosstown Los Angeles Dodgers. Big team. One of the things they have going for them over the first 3, though, is that they're on the West Coast. Ohtani, from Japan, plays baseball for the Japanese national team. He wants to stay on the West Coast, close to home, close to his family. Makes sense. I don't know if he really has the desire to go play out in New York City on the eastern side of the United States. That just adds. He's on the opposite side of the world, essentially. Then it adds time onto his flight, to fly back home to see his parents. And then, last but not least, we have a team that has a winning formula for Japanese baseball players and very marketable formula in the Seattle Mariners. Now, the reason Ohtani should desire such a big contract is because he's just unbelievably marketable. Not only does he appeal to the American audience, like I said, is very marketable to the international audience. I mean, whatever team gets him can go play an international series over in Japan, do a little, if you want to call it a preseason tour of Japan and start selling out stadiums left and right just because Ohtani is there. It's kind of a similar thing to what the Premier League teams do when they come over to the United States. And, teams that have American players, like Chelsea with Christian Pulisic, would just have him play out there, and they'd sell out soccer stadiums because it's the biggest baseball player, or the biggest soccer player in that country. But that's just my 2 thoughts. There's a lot of trade talk going on with him. We'll see if he ends up in the Yankees or wherever. It does not seem like the Angels it does not seem wise for the Angels to hold on to him. Will they? They may want to seem like a self-respecting team and want to fill seats, sell tickets, sell merchandise. But in reality, it's best for the franchise to move on from the young man, wish him the best, and get a lot of draft picks or a lot of young prospects for him. But like I said, I think the young man's worth $650 million plus, and we'll see what happens. That's all I got for today, guys. As always, have a great day. Tell somebody you love them. Deuces.